Last season, the Chicago Wildcats made the XFL championship game in their first season, surpassing all expectations. Today, one of the key players in that championship run, Dion Hawkins, returns to Chicago, wearing the colors of his own franchise, the Tulsa Desperados. Two teams trying to establish themselves in the Central Conference clash tonight in the Thunderdome. Good evening, SFL Nation. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Michael Truilo. Alongside me in the booth today is Levant Mercer. Good evening, Levant.
It's a tale of two completely different games last week, and I would like to see how Chicago bounces back, personally.
You had the lineup scrolling across your screen. We'll go down to the field for the coin toss in a moment.
Good game. Please make your call. Tails.
The Wildcats win the toss and will elect to kick the ball. So we'll see the Desperados offense out on the field first.
I'll be interested.
Jesus Garcia has the ball on the tee. And from the Thunderdome in Chicago, Illinois, it is game on here in week 2. Ball returned to the 10-yard line up to 15, 20, 25, up to the 30. Hit and dropped is Charles Ball, the return man. And that's how this game will begin.
It was a rough and tumble game for Tulsa last time. They did win the game, but they had to find their win. It took their offense times. Let's see if they can kick it up this time.
Sir Charles Robinson, 304 yards and 2 touchdowns last week, is under center for the Desperados. He'll drop back on first down, fire it short, and that pass is incomplete. As we'll get you through the rest of the Tulsa offense. The quarterback is number 4, Sir Charles Robinson. The running back is number 22, Dion Hawkins. The wide receivers are 13, Corey Jones, and 15, Sanzo Robinson. And the tight end is number 87, Luis Latorre. On second down and 10, Robinson goes alone in the backfield with 4 wide and a tight end. Robinson takes the snap, looks over the middle, throws that way. He has a man! Complete out towards midfield. What a catch amidst 3 defenders by 35, Danny Knighton.
Seemed to just find a gap in his. Look at it again. I guess it's probably not going to come up, but there was a gap in the zone. He zipped it through. Great catch.
We have our first score update already. First quarter, 2 minutes to go. Dallas 0, Queen City 7. That's the only other game going on right now. On first down and 10 from the 48, the ball is dropped off short to Dion Hawkins, and he'll get 2 yards as 59. That's Clint Hendershot brings him down. We'll run you through the Chicago defense. The safeties to number 21, Maurice Spurgeon. Number 33, A.J. Barnes. The corners are number 24, Kanye Rockefeller, and number 25, Blake Hamarack. And the linebackers are number 51, Ajamu Afalabi, and number 59, Clint Hendershot. Second down and 8, Robinson. Going deep's got one-on-one coverage, and what a defensive play there. What a great play by 29. That's the non-contract player. It must have not been 29. I don't have a 29 on my route.
Huh. Well, that was interesting to see them go deep this early in the game.
Third down and 8 now. 3 receivers near side, 1 far side, as Chicago loads the box, but only brings 4. And wide open behind the defense. 10-5. He scored. Put it on the board. Tulsa scored already 2 minutes into the game.
Tried it again, and it worked. It's Corey Jones, as we'll see here. Whoa! Where was he? Standing still, blown coverage there, and it's there. You just put it on the board.
That is a mistake you do not often see from Kanye Rockefeller. Just lets Corey Jones blow right by him, and that's a matchup we're going to have to watch all evening.
It would be interesting to see how that carries on, because he normally never does that.
Joseph Carroll is the kicker for the Desperados, and he'll line it up, try for the extra point. It is up and good. And with 9:42 remaining in this evening's first quarter, it's Tulsa 7, Chicago nothing. That drive was so fast, I didn't even get to talk about my keys to the game. When Tulsa has the ball, they got a lead on Dion Hawkins more this week. He only had 56 yards, no touchdowns in week 1. Look for him to have a big game today. And for the Chicago defense, they got to shut down Dion Hawkins and force the Tulsa offense to become one-dimensional. That's a kickoff is returned from the 5-yard line up to the 10, 20, 25 running left side and stopped at the 27-yard line.
We'll talk about the running game, and their passing game was electric last possession.
Yeah, and I was like, oh man, both teams, in my pre-planning for this game, I'm like, both teams are going to have to come out and run the ball. It's going to be a hard-nosed, old-fashioned style football game. Nope, we're just going to throw the ball around all over the place. 4 wide for E.T. King on first down from his own 27-yard line, but the give is to J. Calvin Kim right up the middle. He has a hole, he breaks a tackle, and he gets up past the 40-yard line. What a run by J.K.C. on the first play of the drive for Chicago.
Like no one was even around for that C gap.
Here's the Chicago offense quickly before the play gets off. The quarterback is number 9, E.T. King. The running back is number 20, J. Calvin Kim. The wide receivers are number 17, Kendall Gilbert. And I'll get to the rest of it after this play as Kim takes the handoff, and he's going backward. He loses a yard, and he ran about 15 yards to lose 1.
I think they can hear me down there, because as soon as I say something, something else happens.
The rest of the Chicago offense is the wide receiver number 18, Davius Reed, wide receiver number 84, Alex Zeli, and the tight end number 88, Shann Varner. Second down and 12, bunch formation to the near side for E.T. King. He'll throw out to J. Calvin Kim at all. I thought he was going to get a block, but nothing doing. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
That almost hurt me. I'm surprised he held on to that ball, honestly.
Somebody was coming out there on the block and didn't get there. And now, the really terrific Tulsa secondary might get a chance to prey on a deep ball here on 3rd and 10. 5 wide for E.T. King. 3 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Right on the 40-yard line. Got to get it past midfield. Here's the snap. King, plenty of time. Throws over the middle. That pass is tipped and incomplete. Intended for Kendall Gilbert.
That was a wonderful play call by the defense there. There was no one open. No matter how much time he had back there, there was nobody open. There wasn't going to be anyone open.
I mean, the defensive keys to the game for Tulsa, we're going to be looking for a repeat performance from their secondary from last week. They had 2 interceptions. Really clamped down on Oakland's passing attack as the punt is coming away here from Malcolm Perrott. Steve gets past the 20-yard line, and it'll get up past the 30. And that's where Tulsa will take command of the ball once again. The other key to the game when Chicago is on offense is limit the turnovers. They had 3 last week in the loss to St. Louis. Shann Varner will have to contribute more to the offense from the tight end spot. He only had 1 reception for 2 yards in week 1. Three receivers to the far side on first down for Sir Charles Robinson. Robinson, long drop back, and he chucks it to the near side. And a 4-yard pickup for the running back, Dion Hawkins. Hawkins' first game back in Chicago since leading them to the championship game last year. Fell to the Mexico City Aztecs. And they'll go with a power formation with 3 in the backfield here on 2nd down and 6. Robbins, handoff. Hawkins, he breaks a tackle. He breaks 2 tackles, and he's muscling his way forward up to the 46-yard line. Great play by Hawkins, as he looked as almost as if he was going to be shut down in the backfield, but he carried on and got 12 yards.
They called the blitz he was going on, but, this is Hawkins we're talking about. He doesn't care about that. He's going to power through like he always has.
Another score update from the other game going on. Queen City all over Dallas, 14-0, 9:17 to go, second quarter. They'll keep that power formation here on 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Hawkins. It's the exact same play, but instead of 12 yards, they only get 3 this time as Chicago is ready for it. Now 2 backs alongside Robinson on 2nd down and 7. He'll drop back to pass, comes underneath to Hawkins, and Hawkins gets across the 50 to the Chicago 49. Drop right there, only a gain of 4. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
They need to start going down the field like they did on their first drive.
Now 3rd and 5. Chicago looking to make a defensive stand here, not go down too much too early. A lot of people on the line, but nobody in the backfield for Robinson. Robinson steps up in the pocket, looks across the middle. That pass is almost intercepted. Coming across to make the play was Maurice Spurgeon, as that pass was intended for Corey Jones. Now we'll see the first appearance of the punter Bill Perry for the Tulsa Desperados. They're going to try and pin Chicago deep in their own zone, punting from the 49-yard line. Punt is away, and it is caught by the 10-yard line by Rockefeller, and he gets up to the 15 before he is tackled by Lane Freeman. Chicago played well last week, by many opinions well enough to beat the St. Louis Gladiators, but did fall 17-13. Faked a field goal with 2 minutes and 13 seconds remaining and didn't get it. And they made other mistakes down the stretch and only had 47 pass yards all game. They're going to have to look for a better passing attack this time, but they give it to J. Calvin Kim on 1st down, and he gets up to the 19-yard line, gain of 3 yards.
Well, part of their issue last week was the turnovers. They had a turnover differential of, 3?
Mm-hmm.
And they cannot do this against this secondary. This secondary will punish you for any mistake you make. That's what they'll have to look out for.
3 receivers topside on 2nd down. King back to pass. Hit as he throws, and the ball hits the turf. And they'll say it was an incomplete pass. Getting up in his face was number 94, Griffin Brown, the defensive tackle. And did I ever go over the Tulsa starters on defense? I'll do that now. The safeties are number 21, Nate Heslep. And number 48, Charles Ball. The corners are number 24, Kyler Murray, and number 27, Jeffrey Desir. The linebacker is number 99, Espen Royale, another ex-Wildcat. And the defensive tackle is number 94, Griffin Brown. He just made that play.
This is what we're talking about here. That secondary is relentless, and I don't know how they're going to get any yards doing stuff like that.
And it's going to be another punt coming up for Malcolm Pira. This time from inside his own 10-yard line. No pressure on the kick from the Tulsa defense. Ball will take it at his own 40, come up to midfield, and that'll be where he will be down. We'll get a look at the uniforms that each team is wearing today in this Week 2 matchup. The hometown team, for the hometown Chicago Wildcats, gray, or is that silver helmet, and orange everything else. Orange jerseys, orange pants, and orange shoes. And 1st down and 10, and a handoff goes to Hawkins, and Hawkins gets no yard. Big push from the Chicago front line coming up to make that play.
Chicago's going to have to keep doing that if they want to get anything out of this game. I mean, they know him well, so They've practiced against him before, so I'm sure they know what to do for him.
I'll get you the Tulsa uniform description at the end of this play. It's another run to Hawkins, and this time he gets hit in the backfield, but keeps the play alive. And he's going to get no gain again as he tried to bounce it outside. Good tackle there by number 20. 20 is J. Calvin Kim. They must also have a 20 on their defense. But
that was Lane. It was a
Lane?
non-contract player. Yes.
All right. I stand corrected. On 3rd down and 10 now, empty set for Robinson. Robinson drops back to pass. He goes deep over the middle. That pass is hauled in. What a catch. Sir Charles Robinson up to 94 yards. And Sanzo Robinson, the ex-Baltimore Crab, makes a huge play down the field.
We could see here the splits open that zone again. This is the second time that he's just divided a zone with that, what is it? That's probably a post route. And it's continuing to just break through.
So Tulsa today is wearing green helmets, white shirt, green pants, and white socks. As there goes Hawkins, tries to get a spin move past the 25-yard line, but that's where he'll stay. Gain of 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4 upcoming with 3 minutes and 25 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
I like how Tulsa's mixing up their plays. A little passing here, a little running here. You don't know what down and distance they're ever going to do any of their plays on so far, so that's been interesting to see so far.
And we get another look at the power set here. And Hawkins will take the ball, bounces it to the left side. He gets a block, and he gets a 1st down up to the 16-yard line, and it took a whole host of orange jerseys to bring him down.
We could see how the tackle that here with just a great power block there, giving him enough space to just keep going. That was a pancake and a half. Breakfast. Yum.
The game spotlighted the tackle, Barry Archibald. I'm not sure what he did on that play. Maybe he was the one that rang Robinson. They'll keep the power formation on 1st down and 10 from the 16. Robinson in the backfield, has to bounce it outside, still gets 2 yards as the Desperados are working in the SFL presented by APM Music Red Zone. For the first time today, Kanye Rockefeller came up and made that tackle.
I believe he was credited with a pancake on that play. That's why the game brought it up, I suppose.
2nd down at 8 now. Tulsa looking to find the end zone and really put the hurt on the Wildcats here in the first quarter. Fakes the handoff, comes near side. That pass is caught. Stepping out of bounds is Robinson. Will get up to the 10-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and short. Now on 3rd down and short here, do you go for short yardage or do you maybe take a shot to the end zone?
Honestly, I wouldn't change what has been working for them. I would pass the ball here, but we'll see.
Well, they're going to go to the power formation again. Maybe look to keep it on the ground with Hawkins, and that they do, and he will not get anywhere. He'll actually lose a yard. Great push from the D-line of Chicago, and the tackle being credited to number 94, Chris Cherinsky.
Maybe they should have passed there, you know? I'm just saying.
Maybe, but on to attempt the kick is Joseph Carroll. Joseph Carroll was 2 for 4 last week with a long of 44. And oof, they almost got to that kick, but it is up, and it is right down Main Street from 26 yards. So with 1:14 to go in this evening's first quarter, it's Tulsa 10, Chicago nothing. This is the SFL presented by APM Music on YouTube.
It's also one of the very few special teams players given a contract this season. This is correct, yes?
Yes, Joseph Carroll is a contracted kicker. And from the 5-yard line, here's Rockefeller coming up the middle, and he'll be hit and drop at the 27-yard line. 49, Richard Root credited tackle for the Tulsa special teams unit. E.T. King and the Chicago offense really haven't done much so far through the first 10 minutes of this ball game. See if they can change that now with two running back, two backs behind him. They'll give it to Kim. Hit and he falls forward for 2 yards. J. Calvin Kim struggled early in this game.
2 yards on the play. Number 57 with the tackle.
They're going to have to need to incorporate him more in the offense. Maybe give him a couple pass plays short. See if he can regain some of his confidence.
2nd and 8 from your all-pros.
Now on 2nd down and 8 from the 29-yard line. Trips to the far side with Kim alone in the backfield. And E.T. King under center. King will throw. Goes far side. That pass is caught by Shann Varner across the 40 to the 42. That's a first down for the Wildcats. I said they needed to incorporate him more in the offense, and on that one play, he got more yards than he did in the entire game last week.
And that's great to see. And he was just wide open there. No one was on him. No one was covering him there.
1st and 10. Ball at the 42 yards.
First down and 10. Clock ticking under 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. And a spread out formation from the Wildcats. King alone in the backfield. Goes to the side. That pass is caught and driven out of bounds after a gain of 6 yards is J. Calvin Kim out of the backfield.
You start doing that more so that he can regain some of his confidence and start breaking out in some runs. Mixing it up a little bit.
We'll get one more play here in this first quarter. It'll be a 2nd down and 4 from the Chicago 48. And this drive has been a little bit nicer to E.T. King. Sorry, the clock was running. I thought he'd stepped out of bounds, but he didn't. That's the end of the first quarter. Desperados 10, Wildcats nothing. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on YouTube. Stay with us. A fresh 11 on the clock as we start the second quarter. And a real power formation here for Chicago. But they'll throw out of it. They'll do it short to J. Calvin Kim, and there's no blockers in front of him, and he gets 1 yard, and maybe that's a generous spot by the referee.
I feel like he did get that 1 yard. I thought this pass was going to be a little, a trick play, because I've seen all these players shoot out, but I guess it was a screen pass. It didn't work that time.
3rd down and 3. Let's see if they go to the air or try and keep it on the ground here. They go to the air. King, short drop over the middle. That man is wide open. Big catch out to the 39-yard line of Tulsa. Hauling that one in.
They're getting closer and closer to beating the yards that they gained last game. So that's also great to see.
Couldn't see who made that catch, but well, that's Kendall Gilbert. They're spotlighting him now. That's his first catch today. First down and 10 from the Tulsa 39-yard line. Good pocket. Now he has to scramble, and he goes down back at midfield. A.T. King had time to throw, but nobody was open downfield, and Nikolai Romarov laid the hit.
Second and 18.
Three receivers near side now on 2nd down and 18 for the Wildcats. They'll go short. Kim in the backfield turns upfield and gets a yard out to the 47-yard line. And just when it looked like it was going well for the Wildcats, one play and they're back to going backwards again.
Maybe they should probably just start passing the ball normally.
I don't know.
I know I said throw it short to Kim, but maybe that's a bit much. Go.
Let's see if your prediction powers will work out here. 3rd down and 17 across the middle. That passes into a maelstrom of bodies, and it hits the turf. And 99, Espen Real, the former Chicago Wildcat linebacker, comes up and knocks that ball out of the air. It'll be 4th down.
It's interesting. We haven't spoken about him much, because most of our focus has been on Hawkins here. But look at this here. Great awareness and vision by him to just knock that away.
We'll see the punt team again for the Chicago Wildcats. I don't think the non-contract kicker is going to try a 67-yard field goal. So now he'll be kicking from about his own 40-yard line. Back to receivers Charles Ball for Tulsa. They let the ball bounce to the 10, down to the 5, sliding, and down to the 3-yard line. Great special teams coverage from Chicago. Sets up the Tulsa offense, inside their own 5.
This has been seen in the SFL before. Special teams has been known to win games.
I called the San Antonio and Dallas game last week, and San Antonio's punter really was a big influence in their win. Now from the 3-yard line, a handoff to Hawkins goes right up the middle, and he get maybe a yard to the 4. One of the SFL's brand new franchises backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. It's a real prevent defense coming out here from Chicago. And up the middle goes Hawkins. He gets to the first level and gets 7 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 2, and they're out from the gaping maw of their own goal line. Third down and 2. Let's see if Chicago's defense can get a key stop here and flip the field. Power formation from the Desperado. They'll give it to Hawkins. Hawkins has a lane, and he's got a first down up to the 15-yard line.
I don't understand how you stacked 9 defenders in the box, knowing it's going to be a run, and this continues.
Great blocking up front from the offensive line of Tulsa. And they'll continue with the power formation here on 1st down and 10 for the 15. Handoff right side to Hawkins. Bounces it outside, almost caught from behind, but he does turn it upfield and get 4 yards before eventually being taken down at the 19-yard line.
A little frustration hit there by Hamrick. Big hit there at the end there.
They need something to go right for him, because right now it's not much. 2nd down and 6 from the 19-yard line for Tulsa. 1 wide out to the far side, and an offset eye behind the under center. Robinson gives to Hawkins, who is met at the 20-yard line and dropped after a gain of only 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Dion Hawkins already up to 47 yards in this game.
Yeah, I wonder what that number was last week.
It was 56. Last week, Dion Hawkins only had 56 yards rushing. Almost equaling that amount here in the first half. He's going to get the ball again, and he's going to pound forward for a first down up to the Tulsa 27-yard line. Dion Hawkins putting the team on his back right now.
That's what they need him to do. It's one of your keys of the game, and it's already unlocking doors here.
Robinson currently 7 of 11 for 98 yards. And he'll give to Hawkins again, and this time Dion Hawkins, if you run the ball too much, the defense eventually is going to get wise to it, and he's dropped for a 2-yard loss by Kanye Rockefeller up for the corner spot.
I would like to see them get back to the little mix of plays they had in the first quarter, because being predictable is not going to end up well for this drive if they keep going to that.
3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near, with Hawkins in the backfield. Robinson, plenty of time, airs it out near side, and it's picked off by Kanye Rockefeller. Have yourself a dynamic couple of plays, young man. He made the big hit on Hawkins, and then he makes the big pick on Robinson. Chicago takes over at their own 48-yard line.
Well, this time he was wide awake and made sure that he was in the right spot at the right time. Now that's the Kanye I'm used to seeing.
Kanye Rockefeller had 6 tackles last week. He's already up to maybe 3 or 4 and a pick. Now we'll see a similar power set now out of Chicago, but J. Calvin Kim barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 10 as the clock ticks down toward 5 minutes to go in the first half.
A bit of a combo blitz there, and they chose the A and C gaps. They shot through the C gap faster than he could even get to it.
They're still sending everybody up to the line for Chicago. But they'll throw out of this heavy set out to the tight end, Varner. Varner will pick up 3 yards into Tulsa territory to the 49-yard line. Excuse me, that was not Shann Varner. That was number 89, Trevor Driver, the other. So far in this first half, E.T. King 7 for 10 for 40 yards. As they'll spread it out here, he was alone in the backfield and dump it over the middle, and that pass is incomplete as the receiver that went to make it, that was Davius Reed, got drilled as he tried to make the catch. And it'll be 4th down and 7. So again, the Chicago offense, after getting handed away back into the game via the interception, have done absolutely nothing with it.
Been absolutely lethargic there so far, besides that one defensive play, and I'm getting a little worried now.
And some deja vu right now. I think that Malcolm Pirine is punting from the exact same position that he did on the last drive, and this caught at the 10 and up to the 12 goes ball, and that's where he will stay. 4:19 to go in the first half here from Chicago. The offense for the Wildcats needing to get it together, or else they could be left in the dust by the Desperado.
Honestly, looking back at it, I think you're right. I think that was exactly the same spot. Give or take a yard or two. But
of a crazy spread formation with an offset eye here on first down for Tulsa. They'll give it to Hawkins. Good blocking up front. Hawkins barrels forward to take 2 separate defenders, one of them being Kanye Rockefeller, the other one being Clint Hendershot, to bring him down after a gain of 3 yards.
you can see there his stat line was like 6 tackles, the pass deflection, and interception, all making up for that blown coverage earlier in the game.
Here's Hawkins again, 1-on-1, and he got drilled. Loss of 1. Big play by Blake Hamrack. That's the other corner making a big play.
Looked like an Oklahoma drill that he lost there. They might have to do those in practice.
I mean, he was kind of left out on an island by his blocking team. There was nowhere for him to run. He was just one-on-one, mano-a-mano with the line of scrimmage, and he lost that battle. 3rd down and 8 now. Wide spread. Robinson over the middle towards the first down marker. That pass is caught, and falling forward for the first down is Danny Knighton. And that'll be a 1st and 10 for the Desperados.
You see there, a nice mix of the short passing play right there.
I haven't seen much of that from either team, but I think it's very effective in the SFL. As Hawkins gets it again, he breaks the first level of defense, and he gets 11 yards and a 1st down up to the 34. Dion Hawkins is going man mode today.
Let's look at it again. As we see here, he just powers through this little gap here and just, that's it. It's a good gain of yardage there.
1st down from the Tulsa 34. Going slow and steady as we come up to the 2-minute warning, but if you're Tulsa, when do you try to turn up the pace here and maybe try and score before the half?
Probably closer to like the 1-minute mark, I feel. Like just put an accentuation on the half and make sure that Chicago doesn't even have a chance to really respond back. You just kick it back off to them, and that would be the quarter then.
Hawkins takes it 3 yards on 1st down. As they'll spread it out, and under center goes Robinson for 2nd down. And that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. This is the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. We got a good game going on here. Stay with us as we'll bring you through the rest of the first half.
So to truly answer your question, it would be right about now.
We'll see if they do try and sling it down the field a little more here on 2nd and 7 from the Tulsa 36-yard line. Robert, short drop, will air it out far side. That pass is complete, and turning upfield for a 1st down up to the 46-yard line is Sonzo Robinson, the other former Baltimore Crab in this game.
The Robinson connection has been working today. He's, 9 for 13 for 118 yards so far as the quarterback.
Last year, Chicago had the king-to-king connection. Tulsa's got the Robinson-to-Robinson connection.
Would be confusing to get on a train.
Power formation, and Hawkins takes it right up the middle, gets past the first level of defense, and then is dropped at midfield by 59, Clint Hendry. We've missed some score updates, so I'll get you updated now on the other game going on. Third quarter, 8:12 to go. Dallas 7, Queen City 21, as the Corsairs look to continue their hot start to the season. Here we go. Here goes Hawkins. He's got room. He's got blockers. He's got way past midfield all the way up to the Chicago 34. The clock continues to run down under a minute 20 to go. Dion Hawkins just bursted through the right side, left side.
First and 10 from the all-pro 34-yard.
Bunch formation to the near side on first down. Robinson going for it. Oh, it's picked off again. Second interception of the game for the Wildcats. And this one comes via the safety, Maurice Spurgeon.
That was a fifth.
Go ahead.
That was a bit of a 50-50 play there. If you would have just held it, you would have just threw it a little higher, led his receiver a little more, that would have been a different outcome. Instead, he underthrew it, and it was picked off.
Chicago has 2 interceptions, but no points, but now has 53 seconds before we have to try and rectify that. First down and 10 from their own 23-yard line. E.T. King across the middle. That pass is tipped and incomplete, intended for Kendall Gilbert.
See here, the linebacker just passing what did he do there? Why are we looking?
Oh, he got the bump. He got the bump, and then Gilbert was thrown off his route and unable to make the catch.
It was almost like that tackle play earlier where we had to kind of really stretch to figure out what happened.
All-pro, you kind of throwing us for a loop here today with these replays. We'll roll with it. E.T. King under center, second down and 10. They'll give it to Jake Calvin Kim, and Jake Calvin Kim loses a yard. Great push from the defensive line, and Espen Real making another big play.
They've really known where they're going to attack from.
Third and 10. Ball at the 23-yard.
It looks like Chicago maybe have just given up and said, hey, let's go to the half, not take any more risks here. Well, they'll try and air it out on third down at 11. They go down the field, and that pass is incomplete. Charles Ball with the pass breakup. He's the star man out there for Tulsa's secondary. He had a sack, a tackle for loss, 2 pass deflections, and an interception last.
The second verse, same as the first. Just like their first game. They're looking a little sluggish and slow out there. Let's hope they kick it up in the second half.
Another punt for Malcolm Pirine. He'll get it off from his own 10-yard line, and that'll be caught by Ball at the 39, and he won't go much farther than that. 12 seconds to go in the first half, and I think Tulsa just comes out and runs it up the middle here and runs the clock out.
I think that's all you can do, really. You don't want to risk anything else.
First and 10 from
And in the power formation to do that, they've got Hawkins running middle, and that'll run out the clock on a back and forth chess matchy kind of first half. Tulsa uses that timeout with 3 seconds to go. Wow. What's here by Darnell and the Tulsa coaching staff?
I I don't. This puzzles even me. I don't know what you would like to do with this.
Charles Robinson getting an earful from the coach there. Here we go. 2nd down and 7. 3 seconds to go in the half. Tulsa at their own 42-yard line.
Might be some verbal confusion?
Maybe, but they've got 5 wide here. They're
Interesting.
Air it out on the last play of the half. So here we go. Sir Charles Robinson drops back. He's got pressure and down he goes. And the half will end on a big sack as Charles Robinson eats turf. And that'll end the first half. We've reached halftime here at the Thunderdome in Chicago. The Desperados 10, the Wildcats nothing. We'll be back after halftime. Stay with us. This is the SFL, presented by APM Music on YouTube.
The Simulation Football League is presented by APM Music and is the official theme music provider of the SFL. Listen to their Champions Will Rise soundtrack at apmmusic.com today and search through thousands of tracks to boost the quality of your stream just like us. APM Music, production music library and custom music house. Want to do what I do? Contact me in a DM on Discord to find out how you can get involved with streaming live games, calling games, or breaking them down on the air with our broadcast team. Or help make our production even better by joining our new live stats team, helping our broadcasters shine brighter. We are #Loading Legends in the SFL.
Welcome back to the Thunderdome in Chicago, Illinois. It might be cold outside, but all the fans packed into the stadium today are having a good time watching their Chicago Wildcats. But they may not be having such a good time after that first half. The Wildcats lethargic on offense, shaky on defense, and I'm here in the broadcast booth. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Michael Truilo. Alongside me is Levant Mercer as the second half. Joseph Carroll kicks it off, and we're underway. Up to the 20-yard line, and down at the 24-yard line is Davius Reed. He's the return man. So, Levant, what do you think that Chicago needs to do here in the second half to get back in this game?
They need to start airing it out. This running game isn't working. They need to come back to it eventually, but they need to just start it downfield.
And then, of course, if you air it out, you play right into the hands of the really, really good Tulsa secondary, but we'll have to see. Long drop for E.T. King on first down. He airs it out, and that pass is caught up to the Tulsa 45-yard line. Kendall Gilbert with an astounding catch one-on-one on the sideline.
I mean, you'll have to risk it. You'll have to risk it this game. And if you want to win, you'll have to take risks, just like that one. Look at that there. It can work sometimes.
I'm going to need to start calling you Levant the Prophet. Because, man, every time you said, oh, they're going to do X, Y, or Z, it's happened either 1 or 2 plays later or immediately, as that was the case right there.
Maybe I should have chose Romo.
E.T. King airs it out in the flat to J. Calvin Kim, and he picks up 2 yards. We have another score update for you from the other game going on right now. Queen City putting a hurt on Dallas at 28-7 with 5:07 to go.
2nd and 8 from the Desperados.
And it's now 2nd down and 8 from the Tulsa 43. Another foray into enemy territory for the Wildcats. And Kim gets 2 more yards up to the 41. Hello in the chat to Jeff DK, Jason 1347, Dion Hawkins, Kanye Rockefeller, Shann Varner, Mahmouda Jalani, and everybody else who is taking in the SFL action on this beautiful Sunday evening. We're glad you all have chosen to spend your evening with us here at the SFL. 3rd down and 6. King dumps it off over the middle. It's picked off after it was batted around. Oh my, Charles Ball has his second pick of the season, and the ball is going back the other way with the Desperados.
I mean, I did say they would have to take some risks, but if you're going to do that, hold on to the ball first, because they will not let you make a mistake like that.
That ball just popped straight up into the air, and Ball said, "Hey, look what I found."
Another ball.
Tulsa takes the ball back. Offside eye on first down from their own 34-yard line. Running play with Hawkins out to the left side, and that blocker, they had a blocker there, but it didn't do much, as Murray Spurgeon brought him down after a gain of 2 yards. Charles Robinson, 118 yards today, but 2 interceptions. But fortunately for him, he has not cost his team. The Wildcats offense has struggled to get out of the blocks here. Second down and 8. Hawkins again, left side, caught from behind and fell after a 4-yard gain up to the 40-yard line. SFL Commission reminds everybody in the chat the action after this game switches over to twitch.tv with our game of the week. Atlanta versus Tallahassee with Cameron Irvine and Stephen Mullen on the call for that one. Hawkins over the middle, in between a host of orange jerseys, and that ball is dropped, or maybe even batted away by Maurice Spurgeon. He's made a couple good plays on this drive, and Tulsa will be forced to punt.
Chicago's going to need a lot more of that so they can start getting their offense back the ball.
Here's Billy Perry. Now, do I just have terrible memory, or is this the first time we've seen him out of the field today? Is this the first Tulsa punt?
I don't believe so. I think they punted once in the first.
Once in the first. All right. But anyway, he gets the punt away, and it's returned at the 27-yard line by Kendall Gilbert. That'll put the offense back on the field for Chicago. E.T. King threw a pick on the last drive and has been kind of so-so, 10 of 17 for 70 yards so far. First down and 10 from their own 27-yard line. King under center, short drop, throws far side. That pass is caught and driven out of bounds. Now they say he was inbounds. Davius Reed, that's his first catch of the game.
Well, in the SFL, you'll only need 1 foot in bounds, and it looked like he had that 1 foot he needed.
Again, Davius Reed has only 1 catch today, and that was it. Alex Zeli doesn't have a catch at all for the Chicago offense. T. King in the flat for King. Back cuts to the middle of the field, drags a couple of defenders with him, and gets about 5 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Four wide now from 3rd down and 1 for Chicago. They'll throw. There's a man open. It's caught by 89. That's the non-contract receiver, Trevor Driver. And Driver gets all the way up to the 47-yard line. E.T. King finding the open man and a 1st down for Chicago.
They're looking a little confused out there, as if they're saying, are they actually throwing on us?
I mean, they haven't done it much. E.T. King, E.T. King has 87 yards, so he's been throwing with some sort of clip, but not much. First down and 10 for Chicago. E.T. King back to pass in the flat. Oh, going backward is 46. He's the non-contract player, I'm pretty sure.
That's one of the risks. That's one of the risks sometimes you take by throwing balls to non-contract players, is they might do something like that.
Now from 1st down and 10 down to 2nd down and 13. King Long drops, steps into one and throws near side, and it's almost picked off. Kyler Murray, the corner, that's the first time we've called his name today, had the ball in his hands, but he dropped it.
I believe this is the third underthrown ball that was either picked or almost picked off.
Both quarterbacks are not really getting the air under it that they need to on those long passes or even medium passes. But it's 5 wide, or 4 wide plus a tight end now on 3rd down and 13 for Chicago. E.T. King has time, throws out there into coverage, and it's tipped and incomplete. Intended for Davius Reed, but Chicago will have to punt again.
I think that was just a bad progression read there. I can't even say, oh, he underdid this or that. There was a person who was about to go. He just chose the wrong receiver there.
There's 3 receivers around 3 defenders around 1 guy. There's got to be somebody else open. And anyway, another punt coming up from Malcolm Piron. He gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken by Charles Ball at the 18-yard line, and that's where Tulsa will come back on the field.
I do find it interesting you don't see enough fair catches called in the SFL.
Yeah, usually they either run it back for 1 or 2 yards, maybe 3, or they let it go and it either goes into the end zone or down inside the 5. First down and 10 for the Desperados from their own 18-yard line, 6:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. Handoff goes to Hawkins. He's got a lane. He's got blockers, and he's got the 30-yard line and more, up to the 33-yard line before he's tackled by a host of Chicago players, including Maurice Spurgeon.
He's showing flashes of breaking through for bigger runs with this one. This is his 3rd medium distance run all day. I think he's going to break one loose eventually.
I mean, Chicago's defense has been on the field for so long in this game. They got to be feeling it now. First down and 10 from the Tulsa 33-yard line for the Desperados. Trips to the far side, but they'll go out of the backfield to Hawkins, who gets 2 yards before he is tackled at the 35-yard line by Jay Cal. Sorry, there's a 20 on their defense as well. Not Jay Calvin King. There's a non-contract linebacker thing. It's also wearing number 20.
I see it up the top there. They do have both 20.
They'll go the same formation on this 2nd down and 8. They go to Hawkins again, and Hawkins gets back to the line of scrimmage and even loses a yard. Run down there by 4 orange jerseys, led by A.J. Barnes. Third down and 9 now. Hawkins, empty backfield. Robinson, empty backfield. Throws over the middle, had a man out there. But Danny Knighton, the non-contract player, he's been targeted a couple times, but he couldn't hold that one in.
Looking at that play again, there were 2 receivers open. I think he had a safer option and didn't take it.
He went for the home run and not the double. In my baseball reference, Billy Perry now out to punt again. Both offensive misfiring here in the 3rd quarter. Perry's punt is going to be fair catch or caught at the 28-yard line by Davius Reed. That's where E.T. King will come on out and try and kickstart the Chicago offense. And I've been saying that all day. Every time they get the ball, I say he's got to try to kickstart this offense, and it still hasn't happened. First down and 10 from the 28-yard line for the Wildcats. Tulsa loads the box. E.T. King to pass. He checks it down to Jay Calvin Kim up to the 30, and he gets hit at the 32-yard line, gain of 6 yards. Jay Calvin Kim has 7 receptions for 20 yards. It's not very good.
This does also confirm that there are 2 players with 20. The non-contract linebacker Lane does have 20.
All right. Three receivers to the near side in a bunch formation. In over the middle, that pass is complete to Shann Varner. And Shann gets 2 yards before he's driven back by a couple of white jerseys. And it'll be 3rd down and 4 again, quickly to 3rd down here.
They have had a terrible time on 3rd down this game.
I think either team has really had a good time on 3rd down, but here we go. 3rd down and 4, 3 receivers with 2 in the backfield. They'll give it to Kim, and the offensive line went out to lunch as everybody wearing a white shirt was in the backfield to stop J. Calvin Kim. Loss of 4, and it'll be a 4th down and 7 from the Chicago 31.
You know, you're never just supposed to sit down and take it, and especially not literally. What was that?
I don't know. Malcolm Beerine with another punt. He's getting his work done today. As the ball is caught by Wall at the 30-yard line, and they'll bring it up to the 33. Sir Charles Robinson today, 11 for 19, 118 yards. A touchdown and 2 interceptions. And I do want to shout out Andy Hamilton, who is doing our stats today. If you're interested in helping us be better broadcasters and you want to jump on and do stats, help us be the best that we can be, please contact Andy Hamilton on Discord. There are positions open every week for staff players. I'm pretty sure that was a run from Hawkins on 1st down to make it 2nd down and 4.
Yes.
Offset eye on 2nd down. Handoff goes to Hawkins, and he's hit in the backfield. He'll lose 4 yards. 3rd down and 8. Big play there by Clint Hendershot, the linebacker. We've called his name a couple of times today.
They went up to 10 or almost 10 in the box that time to do that, though.
Interesting how they're going to load the box again here on 3rd down and 8. Robinson over the middle. He's got a man wide open past the 50-yard line and all the way down to the 48-yard line. Donzo Robinson with a big catch.
We can see here that loading the box just absolutely did not work. There were 2 other receivers on this play that could have just taken it to the house even.
Yeah, if he hits either of the other 2 receivers, I think that's a touchdown. But either way, it's into plus territory for the Desperados. From the 48-yard line. 2 in the backfield with 3 wide receivers. Robinson throws to the far side. That pass is tipped and incomplete. Was bobbled by Corey Jones, who usually we don't see make those kind of mistakes. He only has 1 catch today, and that's his 50-yard touchdown.
It's a bit strange to see him have the stone hands on a warm day like this one. It's a dome.
2nd down and 10 now. 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far. Robinson alone in the backfield. He's got plenty of time in the pocket. He airs this one out, and that pass is caught out inside the 30-yard line. And Sanzo Robinson makes another big catch. He's up to 69 yards on 5 completions today.
They continue to hit them with this post route, as we can see again. As soon as he makes his cut, the ball's out of his hand, and in stride, Sanzo Robinson just grabs.
Robinson's made a couple of big catches on this drive. The Robinson to Robinson connection continues to work for the men in green, white, and red. At the 29-yard line with 1:13 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Robinson steps into the pocket, throws over the middle. That pass is complete down to the 12-yard line. Big catch there by number 80. That's Marcel Miller, the non-contract wide receiver with his 1st catch of the day.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. That's all I've got to say on this one.
Continue going up the middle with the post route. Tulsa is into the SFL presented by 8 p.m. Music Red Zone for the second time today. They got a field goal, their first trip back in the first half. Handoff, Hawkins up the middle, has a block, down to the 3, and he's not going to get there. He won't even get the first down.
Look at there. He's so close to breaking free. I feel it.
All they need is 3 more yards. It's second down and 1 from inside the 3-yard line. Offset eye with a single corner and wideout matchup at the top side. They'll give it to Hawkins. He bounces it outside, and he's hit and dropped back at the 4-yard line. Clint Hendershot again has been the biggest playmaker on this team, but that wasn't him that made the play. That was A.J. Barnes. Please forgive me. A.J. Barnes comes up and makes the tackle. A loss of 2 yards. That'll be the end of the third quarter. Oh, please stay with us. We're having a great end of the game. The Desperados trying to put the nail in the coffin. We've got 11 minutes to go. This is the SFL presented by 8 p.m. Music live on YouTube. On third down and 3 from inside the 5-yard line. They go bunch formation to the near side with Hawkins in the backfield. Robinson all day into the end zone, and it's almost intercepted by 2 different players. 55 Brett Tillis had a shot at it. A.J. Barnes also had a shot at it. And Tulsa will have to settle for another field goal.
I find it a little strange they went trips bunch this close. You can get a lot of weird route runs, and it just didn't work out there.
Well, Joseph Carroll is on to attempt another extra. And the kick is up, and it is good. Right down Main Street from 21 yards with 10:53 to go in the ball game. Tulsa 13, Chicago nothing. And Levant, are we going to see another shutout today? Or is Chicago going to come back in this game?
Based on what I've seen, it might be a big old donut hole. We're looking at a good 0, boss.
All right. Well, Chicago's going to have to prove you wrong, possibly for the first time today. From the 10-yard line, out comes Davius Reed, and will make it a 28-yard line before being tackled by a host of Desperados.
Maybe a little bit of reverse psychology will help them. I'm really trying here.
We're going to keep you up to date on what happened earlier today at the 3 p.m. Central Time block. The Carolina Skyhawks beat the Mexico City Aztecs 20-14. The Sioux Falls Sparrows beat the Oklahoma City Renegades 24-13. After the play, we'll get you the rest of the scores as Jay Calvin Kim got the 30-yard line. That's a gain of 2. San Antonio beat San Francisco 24-7, and Alaska blanked Houston 13-0. We haven't had a score update from the other game. At last glance, it was 35-7, 7:38 to go. Queen City all over Dallas. And a flip over the top, and that pass is knocked away by Lane Freeman. Getting the paw up and knocking the pass down. 3rd down and 8. Again, quickly to 3rd down.
I feel like this is the 6th time an underthrown ball has been the culprit in an almost interception or an actual interception.
Everybody that can possibly be a wideout is out wide now on 3rd down and 8. Here we go. The near side tries to turn upfield, and no way is Alex Zeli. That's his first catch of the game. He goes for 6 yards, but he did not get the first down. And it'll be a punt upcoming for the Chicago Wildcats again. I should have kept a punt counter for Malcolm Pirine, and I unfortunately haven't. But it's been a lot.
I'm sure our stats personnel can pull that up for us.
Big kick now from Pirine. Hang time in the air for over 3 seconds. 4.3 seconds taken by Charles Ball up to the 31-yard line. We do have another score update. Fourth quarter, 4:41 to go. Dallas trying desperately to mount a comeback. It's Dallas 14, Queen City 35. Here, Tulsa looking to put more hurt on a dead tired Chicago defense. Charles Robinson over the middle. That pass is complete up to the 46-yard line. Big catch hauled in through contact by Sanzo Robinson. He has been the best wide receiver for Tulsa in this game.
And they keep going to these sorts of one-cut routes, such as posts and slants. This here was a slant route that you just darted across somehow through contact.
Robinson using his great hands that he took all the way from Baltimore. Hang on to that football. First down and 10 from the Tulsa 46. Handoff goes to Hawkins, and Hawkins doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage, so you lose a yard. It'll be second down at 11.
Ran right there and just got, whoa, can't move anymore.
As much as they've been on the field today, the Chicago defense has played well. They've limited Tulsa for all the possession they've had to only 13 points and 1 touchdown. Here's Hawkins again. He's got a big gap up the middle, and he gets past the 50-yard line up to the 41. Dion Hawkins averaging 4 yards a carry. It'll be third down and 6.
Yeah, let's not have too much to say wrong about the Chicago Wildcats defense. I mean, they've kept this game a winnable game.
I think if Tulsa scores here and makes it a 3-possession game, it's going to be hard-pressed for Chicago to find their way back into it. But right now, it is still a winnable game for them. Hawkins on fourth down and 6 gets hit as he was trying to go for the first down. He squeezed through a hole, but then Maurice Spurgeon said, "Nuh-uh, I'm not letting you get any farther." And it's fourth down and 3 for Tulsa. Billy Perry on to punt away. He'll kick it from his own 40-yard line. Looking to pin the Wildcats deep from the 10-yard line up to the 15. Goes Davius Reed. That's where he will be put to the turf. 7 minutes, 52 seconds to go in the ball game. Tulsa 13, Chicago nothing. This is the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube.
Let's go.
Time for them right now.
You're right. Time is now. Chicago's got to go. Got to go quickly. E.T. King under center on first down from his own 15-yard line. He'll hand to Jake Calvin Kim, who gets 3 yards up to the 17.
You know, the way Mexico City is played is also shocking me so far this season.
Mexico City, yeah, they're 0-2. And hold on, I'll get to that point later. Jake Calvin Kim across the 40, across the 50, into Tulsa territory. That's the big gain we need to see out of them. And Chicago now in business.
Well, when I said somebody was going to break through for a big run, I chose... Because look at this here.
Jake Calvin Kim proved he could be the carry back for a team last year in Tallahassee. Time and time again, he proved it all the way up to the playoffs. He just hadn't been showing it today until right there. Chicago from their own 46-yard line, first down and 10. E.T. King back to pass. Forced to move in the pocket. That pass is off the back of a defender intended for Davius Reed and incomplete.
I just feel like if the number of opposite jerseys is more than 2, probably don't throw it that way.
Earlier on in the cast, I did ask how many times that Malcolm Pirine has punted for Chicago. Our stats man, Andy Hamilton, has come through for us. To this point in the game, he has punted 7 times. E.G. King on 2nd down and 10, alone to the backfield, and that pass is incomplete into a crowd. It'll be 3rd down and 10. The offense for Chicago sputtering again. It always seems to be when they get to here around the 50-yard line, the offense just seems to sputter and go nowhere.
What a wonderful play by Desert here. Look, comes off his man. With presence of mind to come off his man and get to the ball to make the play.
3rd down and 10 for the Chicago Wildcat. This is a big play here with 6 minutes to go, and they're down 13. 5 wide, 3 to the near, 1 to the far side. Tulsa all in a prevent defense. They'll rush 4. E.G. King stepping from the pocket, throws it over the middle. That pass is complete. 30, and he makes a man miss to the 20, 10, 5. He scores! Put it on the board, Chicago Wildcats. 54 yards. Kendall Gilbert with the score.
Yes, the reverse psychology works. They proved me wrong on this one, but they still proved me right on one thing, that they had to go deep to make it happen. So I'm 1 for 2.
Both teams have scored 50-plus yard touchdowns in this game. Tulsa in the 1st quarter, and now Chicago here in the 4th. And as Jesus Garcia, the kicker, lines up to make his first attempt of the game, we've got a ball game here with 6:36 to go. Kick is up and through with 6 minutes and 36 seconds remaining in this evening's ball game. It's the Tulsa Desperados 13, the Chicago Wildcats 7. We've got a ball game, folks. Stick around for the end of this one.
If their defense can continue doing what they have been doing, this will still be a game to watch.
Both defenses have proven they can come up with big stops in clutch time. Charles Ball takes it from the 10-yard line up to the 29, and he will be hit hard and dropped there. Robert Boucher Jr. on the tackle on punt cover. A kick cover. Jeff DK, Kanye Rockefeller, Scout Cherry Pie, Sonic 02, Obi Wanderer, Dion Hawkins, Dwayne Schindler, Mahmoud Ajalani, Volcano, and everybody else currently watching this game. We thank you for spending your Sunday evening with us here on the SFL Network. 1st down and 10 for the Desperados to Mr. Hawkins. Hawkins plunges up the middle for 2 yards.
If I was Tulsa right now, I'd be trying to kill the clock so that their momentum starts to die down as on.
We've got another score update for you from Dallas and Queen City. It's Dallas 21, Queen City 35, only 1:21 to go in the game. Dallas got their offense in gear, but maybe a little bit too late. Robinson drops back over the middle on the slant. That pass is complete. Big catch there. That's not Danny Knighton. That's Sonzo Robinson again. Captain Clutch coming up big over and over again in this game.
Same man and almost the same route style.
An interesting pass there. Didn't throw a really good spiral, and it almost looked like 2 of the Chicago's defenders got in each other's way. 1st down and 10 for Tulsa from their own 43-yard line. Clock still running, 5 minutes 40 to go. They give to Hawkins, and Hawkins has no room on the stretch play to the right side. It'll be 2nd down at 11, but the clock continues to run.
And that's what they need right now, because they want to make sure that Chicago offense does not return to the field with their momentum intact.
2nd down at 11. Empty backfield now for Sir Charles Robinson. Robinson to the near side. That pass is complete. Caught by Corey Jones. Corey Jones, that's only his 2nd catch today. It'll be 3rd down and 7, but he went out of bounds, so the clock stops with 5 minutes remaining. Now down to 5 flat. 5 wide set on 3rd and 7. Robinson hit, and down he goes, all the way back at the 40-yard line. The Chicago defense comes up big. 78 Andy White, the defensive tackle, with the sack, and they're going to get the ball back with a chance to win the game.
I was about to say something about my concern of them blitzing on a passing down again, but it worked.
The coverage down the field was good enough to delay Sir Charles Robinson's pass just a bit longer than usual, and they got to him. Billy Perry now on to punt for Tulsa. A good return here to keep the Chicago Wildcats set up in good field position, but Davius Reed only going to get up to the 24-yard line. And the game has been iced over in Queen City. It's 42-21 with 52 seconds to go. The Corsairs apparently had a pick six after Dallas recovered the onside kick. I formation on first down for Chicago. On their own 24-yard line, each team throws a short slant, and only 3-yard gain there for Kanye. Sorry, I must have been reading that wrong. Here we go. 2nd down and 7. Another short pass over the middle. That's caught again. 1st down up to the 34. Up tempo going now. That was Alex Zeli on the catch both times. Chipped to the outside, and a 1-yard catch made there by Davius Reed. 2nd down and 9 from the Chicago 35. They'll continue to go up tempo in the I formation. King, short drop, out to Kim. Kim tries to break a tackle, and he only gets 1 yard. 3rd down and 8. 3 minutes, 18 seconds to go. Continue to go to the I formation on 3rd down. 4 down linemen for Tulsa. They only rush 3. King over the middle. King, complete. Oh, he didn't get there. He was stopped at the 43-yard line. Charles Ball from the safety spot makes maybe the biggest play of the game.
There's even no way to really give him a favorable spot. It's spotted where it's spotted.
4th down and 1. They're going to have to go for it here. And they're in a 5 wide set. Wow. Game riding on this play. King to the near side. That pass is caught by Shann Varner. Shann Varner hauls it in. It's a 1st down for the Wildcats at their own 48-yard line.
And it is, as I've said earlier, they're going to have to take risks like this against the odds to get anywhere in this game.
J. Calvin Kim, 11 carries, 51 yards. Last week he had 17 carries, 39 yards. He did do better this week. E.T. King forced to move in the pocket. Fires over the middle. It's intercepted at the 30-yard line. Big pick, Nate Heslip. It's the first time we've called his name, and he maybe seals the deal for Tulsa.
He was just sitting there like a ball hawk, like I may not have been here all day, but I will be the biggest player all day.
The rookie has his 2nd interception of his career. He had 1 last week against Oklahoma City. And now, with 2:26 to go, both teams still have all 3 timeouts. The penalty, it's going to be a free play for Tulsa, and they'll just run the ball with Hawkins. Somebody jumped.
Neutral zone infraction, number 94. Defense, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 1st down.
Sinerski, I don't really know how to pronounce that. He made a big tackle earlier in the game to deny a 1st down on Hawkins. There he jumps off sides.
1st and 5. Ball at the 40-yard.
Now first down and 5. Power formation for Tulsa. On the run with Dion Hawkins. Works through and he's trying to push for a first down and he got it. Up to the 45-yard line. The chains move and a fresh set of downs for the Desperados.
If I were the Desperados right now, I wouldn't be trying to do anything too fancy. I would just try to kill the clock all the way down to 0.
That's the 2-minute warning. Both teams still have all 3 timeouts, but the Chicago Wildcats got to get a stop. It's Tulsa 13, Chicago 7. 2 minutes to go. Stay with us. It's going to be a great finish. First down and 10. From the Tulsa 45-yard line, they'll stick with that 3-back power formation. Dion Hawkins. Hawkins gets hit as he's tried to turn the corner and only gets 1 yard. First timeout taken by Chicago. Immediately after this game ends, go on over to Simulation FL on Twitch for the SFL Today, hosted by Cameron Irvine. And after that, it's the game of the week. Atlanta at Tallahassee. Cameron Irvine and Stephen Mullinax on the call. Another run play gets 7 yards by Dion Hawkins. Another timeout called by Chicago. And this third down might just be the game right here.
Chicago needs to get a stop here with hopefully their timeout intact.
I just see them running it up the middle again. If they don't get it, they don't get it. Offset I formation behind and under center. So Charles Robinson will give to Hawkins. And Hawkins is stood up behind the line of scrimmage and dropped. Chicago is forced to lose their last timeout, but they will get the ball back deep in their own territory with about a minute 30 to go.
They're going to need a great return here.
A lot riding on the shoulders of Davius Reed, the return man for Chicago. The kick is away. Going to be fielded at the 18-yard line. And that's where he'll stay. They didn't give him any more forward progress than that. So, it's going to have to be a 82-yard drive in a minute 40 to possibly win the game for Chicago. Here we go. We have the other game right now that's going on in the SFL right now has gone final. Queen City beats Dallas 49-28. King over the middle. Catch made, but shouldered down. Clock continues to run. Remember, Chicago has no timeouts. T. King drops back to pass. Getting time in the pocket over the middle. That pass is caught up past the 40-yard line to the 41.
They need to start going to the sticks.
E.T. King throws out in the flat. One-handed catch made by Jake Calvin Kim. He doesn't get out of bounds, though. He got 8 yards, but the clock continues to run. Down to a minute 5 to go. Clock rolling down to a minute to go. Now they get set. E.T. King over the middle. That pass is complete into Tulsa territory to the 42-yard line. Oh, boy. It's going to come down to it. A spike with 48 seconds to go from the Tulsa 42.
I think one of their issues there was just not getting passes to the sticks.
They could have saved a lot of time by just going for out routes toward the end, toward the first down. You got it. You got that.
I'm checking counter.
E.T. King under pressure. Hit as he throws. It's picked off! Oh, that's the ball game! Charles Ball, his second interception of the game, will ice it for the Tulsa Desperados. E.T. King was hit as he threw the football, and he just lofted it right over the middle into the waiting arms of Charles Ball.
And they shot the sheriff and the deputy on that one, and that's another underthrown ball. But this time, it's not his fault, because he got hit when he threw. It's over, folks.
The Tulsa Desperados will go to 2-0, and both teams that were in the championship game last year, Chicago and Mexico City, will start season 10 at 0-2 as the Neils come in for Sir Charles Robinson. The green and red of Tulsa are going to be 2-0. As we wind down this amazing afternoon into evening of SFL action, Levant, your thoughts on today's game?
I was talking about these two having rough and tumble games their first game, and it was just the same in this one, but it was more of a defensive showcase that Tulsa came out on top with some great plays, great breakthrough plays that won them the game.
The clock hits 0. Tulsa's 2-0. The Wildcats of Chicago are 0-2. That'll do it here from Chicago, Illinois. For my broadcast partner, Levant Mercer, Andy Hamilton doing our stats today. Big thank you to him. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Michael Truilo. From all of us at SFL headquarters, we say, see you next time!